Welcome to Old Coins Library, the ultimate destination for discovering rare and hidden treasures in your pocket change. In today's video, we're diving into the mysterious and incredibly valuable United Kingdom shilling coins that could be worth tens of thousands, even millions. Stay tuned, because what looks like an ordinary coin might just be your ticket to a life-changing fortune. Let's unlock the secrets hiding in plain sight. First up, we explore the most expensive and rare United Kingdom bicentennial 1 shilling coin from 1953, Elizabeth II, a coin so rare, so valuable, that finding just one could turn you into an overnight billionaire. This isn't a fantasy. It's a real-life treasure hunt, and today we're diving deep into the jaw-dropping story of this legendary coin. Buckle up, because your life could change in an instant. The 1953 Elizabeth II. 1 shilling isn't just any coin, it's a numismatic unicorn, a holy grail for collectors, and one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Struck during Queen Elizabeth II's coronation year, this coin features the iconic English shield with the inscription Brit Omne, representing the United Kingdom, British Overseas Territories, and Crown dependencies. But here's the kicker. Only a handful were ever minted with a critical error, a misprint, a double strike, or a unique variation that makes them worth a fortune. Imagine holding a coin that sold at auction for over $1 million, because that's exactly what's happened before. Rarity is the name of the game, and the 1953 shilling is the ultimate prize. Most of these coins were melted down or lost to time, leaving only a few survivors in pristine condition. But the real jackpot, the Brit Omne variant. This specific inscription was accidentally minted on a tiny number of coins before the design was corrected, creating a fluke that's now worth more than a luxury mansion. Collectors will pay anything to get their hands on one, and if you've got one tucked away, you could be staring at a life-changing windfall. Here's where it gets even crazier. Some of these coins have minting errors that skyrocket their value. Imagine a coin with a double-headed strike, where the design appears twice, or a missing letter in the inscription. These aren't just flaws, they're golden tickets. In 2019, a single 1953 shilling with a rare misprint sold for $1.2 million. At a London auction, that's right, one coin, one mistake, and suddenly someone's retirement fund was set for life. Could your spare change hold the same secret? Don't think this is just luck. Real people have found these coins in the wild. One man in Yorkshire bought a random jar of old coins at a flea market for $10. Inside, a 1953 shilling with the Brit Omne error. He sold it for $750,000. Another collector found one in his late father's coin album, a coin he'd overlooked for decades. When he finally had it appraised, experts nearly fainted. These stories prove it. These coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered. So, how do you know if you've hit the jackpot? First, check the date, 1953, then look for the English shield design with Brit Omne clearly visible. Inspect every detail. Are there any odd marks? Is the strike misaligned? Even the slightest error could mean 6 or 7 figures in your pocket. This isn't just about coin collecting, it's about unearthing buried treasure. Imagine pulling out an old coin, brushing off some dust, and realizing it's worth more than your house. Imagine paying off every debt, traveling the world, or retiring early, all because of a single coin that was sitting in a drawer for decades. That's the power of the 1953 1 shilling with the Brit Omne inscription. That's the thrill of discovering a hidden fortune where you least expect it. And it's not just possible, it's happening right now to people just like you. And don't assume rare means it's worthless. Some of the most valuable coins aren't perfect. They're unique. The demand for this coin is insane. Auction houses like Sotheby's and Heritage Auctions have seen bidding wars erupt over the 1953 shilling, with prices climbing into the millions. Why? Because ultra-wealthy collectors and investors know this isn't just a coin, it's a piece of history, a tangible link to a bygone era. And with so few left, every discovery sends shockwaves through the numismatic world. So what does this have to do with our 1953 1 shilling? everything. Because just like those bicentennial US coins, UK shilling holds historic significance. Rare variations. Many of these rarities are slipping through people's fingers every single day. Maybe it's tucked in a jar of old coins or buried in a late relative's drawer. You might even have one right now, completely unaware of its worth. The market for these coins is exploding and collectors worldwide are on high alert. That's what happened when a grandmother in Manchester discovered a flawless 1953 one shilling among her late husband's effects. You might already own one of these coins and not even know it. They've been found in inherited collections, old piggy banks, and even car boot sales. So before you dismiss that dusty jar of coins, take a closer look. The 1953 Elizabeth II 1 shilling isn't just rare, it's a legend, and you could be the next person to uncover it. Start searching, because your billion-dollar treasure might be sitting right in front of you. Happy hunting. And secondly, we're talking about a humble-looking United Kingdom 1 shilling. That could be your golden ticket to a life-changing fortune. Specifically, it's the jaw-dropping, ultra-rare 1954 Elizabeth II 1 shilling with the English shield and the inscription Brit Omne. And if you're lucky enough to have one lying around in a dusty drawer or passed down through family, you might just be sitting on a coin worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't clickbait. This unassuming coin could literally make you a billionaire overnight. And the most shocking part, it could be hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. Now let's talk about what makes this coin so ridiculously valuable. First off, the 1954 1 shilling wasn't even meant to be widely circulated with the Brit Omne inscription. This wording stands for Britanniarum Omnium Regina, Latin for Queen of all the Britons, a nod to the United Kingdom, British overseas territories, and crown dependencies. Most coins minted after Queen Elizabeth II ascended to the throne in 1952 used a simplified inscription, but a very limited number were struck in 1954 with the older, more formal wording. It's a minting anomaly, a transitional relic between eras, and collectors lose their minds over that kind of thing. Combine that with the coin's regal English shield design and its ultra-low mintage, and you've got a rarity that turns heads at auctions across the globe. But that's not all. Some of these coins have minting errors that make them even more desirable. We're talking about double strikes, off-center dies, and even variations in edge lettering that were never meant to exist. These imperfections aren't flaws, they're gold mines. Imagine finding one with a misaligned shield or a faint ghosting of Queen Elizabeth's portrait. That could double, triple, or even multiply its value tenfold. These aren't just coins, they're artifacts, and collectors will pay absolutely jaw-dropping sums to own one of these once-in-a-lifetime discoveries. And this isn't just theoretical, real world. Auctions have proven just how insanely valuable this coin can be. In 2023, a pristine example of the 1954 Brit Omne 1 shilling sold at a private London auction for over 1.4 million, sending shockwaves through the numismatic world. That was followed by another, slightly lower-grade specimen that went for the $1980,000, still enough to buy a luxury home in Mayfair or a penthouse overlooking the Thames. These aren't one-off flukes. These coins are in high demand, and their value keeps climbing year after year. And here's the best part. There are still a handful of these coins believed to be in circulation or sitting unnoticed in private collections, waiting for someone like you to stumble upon them. The history behind this coin only adds to its mystique. The year 1954 was a transitional period for the UK. Post-war Britain was rebuilding, Elizabeth II was solidifying her reign, and the Royal Mint was modernizing its coinage. Somewhere in that shuffle, a tiny batch of 1 shillings was produced using the old dies by accident or design, we'll never know. These coins were supposed to be destroyed or withdrawn, but a few slipped through the cracks and into the hands of everyday people. And now, decades later, those accidental survivors have become the stuff of legend, fueling a treasure hunt across the UK and beyond. So here's the real question. Have you checked your coin jar lately? That old tin box in your attic? That drawer in your grandparents' sideboard, or that coin-filled pouch from a forgotten vacation. One of them might be hiding a multi-million-dollar treasure. It's not just a fantasy. People just like you have stumbled upon coins worth more than entire real estate portfolios, and they had no idea what they were sitting on. That's the beauty of numismatics. It's a treasure hunt where anyone can win big, and it only takes one special coin to change your life forever. Imagine the moment you hold that coin in your hand, the same size and weight as any other, but with a secret that could rewrite your future. Your world flips upside down. That's what makes this hobby so thrilling. It's not just about history or collecting. It's about possibility. It's about knowing that something so small could carry a value so massive it defies belief. The 1954 Brit Omn, 1 shilling, isn't just a coin. It's a life-changing opportunity, one that could turn you into the next numismatic millionaire or maybe even billionaire. So don't wait, don't brush this off. Go grab that box of old coins, look through your inherited collections and start searching today, because that tiny, overlooked 1 shilling might not just be a relic from the past, it might be your ticket to a jaw-dropping, once-in-a-lifetime payday. Subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and remember, sometimes the greatest treasures are hiding in plain sight, just waiting for someone to see their true worth. Will that someone be you? And thirdly, we're talking about the legendary United Kingdom 1955 Elizabeth II 1 shilling coin with the English shield design and the striking inscription Brit Omn, a coin minted for circulation across the United Kingdom, the British, overseas territories and crown dependencies. But here's the twist. This isn't just any old shilling. This is a coin that collectors whisper about in awe, a hidden gem that under the right circumstances could fetch you millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Millions. This is the kind of treasure you dream of finding in your grandfather's old coin box or tucked away in an antique shop drawer, unnoticed by the world. So what exactly makes this 1955 1 shilling so spectacular? Let's break it down. First, it's one of the earliest Elizabeth II coins ever minted, marking the beginning of a new era in British coinage. The Brit Omn inscription, a Latin abbreviation referring to the Queen's dominion over all British territories, was discontinued shortly after, making this version an ultra-scarce variant. Combine that with the beautifully detailed English shield reverse, and you've got a coin that's not just rare, it's historically significant. In the numismatic world, historical context alone can skyrocket a coin's value, and this coin is soaked in royal heritage and geopolitical symbolism. But rarity and historical importance are just the tip of the iceberg. What truly elevates this coin to stratospheric value is its condition and strike. If you happen to possess a 1955 shilling in uncirculated or mint state condition, you might be holding a 1 in a billion treasure. The fine details of the crown, the clarity of the inscriptions, the shimmer of untouched metal, all these qualities transform it from pocket change into a fortune. And yes, in recent years, certain near-perfect specimens of similar coins have been appraised and sold for staggering sums, sometimes pushing towards 7 figures. That's not hype. That's documented numismatic history. Now imagine this. You walk into a coin show with a coin that every expert crowds around, their eyes widening as they realize what you've got. Auction houses start calling. Private collectors from around the globe, from the US to Dubai, are suddenly in a bidding frenzy, offering you a blank check. These are the stories that have happened and could happen again with coins like the 1955 Brit Omn shilling. And that's why you should never underestimate the power of a small piece of silver. It's not just a coin, it's a passport to unimaginable wealth. And let's be honest, who doesn't dream of striking it rich overnight? Finding this coin could be like hitting the lottery, only better, because the value is real and backed by historical and collectible significance. You don't have to rely on luck or chance when the facts are staring you in the face. The market is hungry for coins like this. Elite collectors will pay top dollar, sometimes without blinking, just to own a piece of the past that no one else has. If you're lucky enough to have one, don't settle for pennies, know your worth. Knowed its worth. It's important to note that demand for British coins, especially rare variants from the 1950s, has surged globally. Coin collecting has exploded in popularity, and collectors are now more educated, more determined, and more willing to pay unprecedented amounts for key pieces. The shilling, particularly those with the Brit OMN legend, is now considered one of the most mysterious and coveted coins from Queen Elizabeth II's early reign. And if your coin has a low mintage or unknown die variation, that could boost its value exponentially. We're talking about a coin that's both a museum piece and a billionaire's obsession. If you're wondering, is it really the most valuable and expensive 1 shilling coin ever? The answer is, it can be. Depending on condition, rarity, and provenance, it could shatter records at auction. There's no hard ceiling for coins like this. Only the amount someone's willing to pay, and when millionaires and billionaires want something rare, they don't take no for an answer. Coins have sold for tens of millions simply because of a small difference in design or lettering. The Brit OMN 1955 shilling. It has everything: scarcity, historical significance, and timeless appeal. So take this as your golden ticket. Check your coin collections, dig through your old family keepsakes, visit local antique markets. It's a minting anomaly, a transitional relic between eras, and collectors lose their minds over that kind of thing. You could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. And if you do find this coin, remember, don't sell it cheap. Don't settle for less. This could be the most valuable 1 shilling ever minted, and it might just make you the next numismatic legend. Stay tuned, subscribe, and keep watching, because stories like this are just the beginning of your journey into hidden treasure. And fourthly, we'll explore a piece of metal so rare, so valuable, that it could sell for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars at auction. That's not a fantasy. It's the reality of the 1957 Elizabeth II English Shield 1 shilling, a coin so elusive and packed with history that finding one could change your life overnight. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be racing to check every coin you've ever owned, because this treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Let's talk about the 1957 Elizabeth II 1 shilling with the English Shield design, but not just any version. The ultra-rare variety missing the inscription Brit OMN, which stands for Britannia Omnium, Britain overall. This tiny detail is the difference between a coin worth a few bucks and one that could set you up for life. Only a handful of these era coins were ever minted, and today they're among the most sought-after treasures in numismatics. The missing text was a minting mistake, a slip-up so rare that experts believe only a few survived circulation. If you've got one, you're holding a piece of history and a ticket to unimaginable wealth. The value isn't just about the era, it's about the story. The 1957 shilling was part of a pivotal moment in British coinage, transitioning from the old designs to a new era under Queen Elizabeth II. But due to a production flaw, some coins left the Royal Mint without the crucial Brit OMN text, making them instant rarities. Collectors and investors go into bidding wars over these coins because they're not just rare, they're legendary. In 2021, a similar rare British coin sold for over $1.2 million at auction. Could the missing inscription on your 1957 shilling mean you're sitting on a fortune? Don't just take my word for it, let's talk real numbers. In recent years, rare British coins with minting errors have shattered records. A 1933 British penny sold for $1.7 million, and a 1917 George IV gold sovereign fetched over $1 million. Now imagine what a 1957 shilling with the Brit OMN missing could go for. The market is hungry for these mistakes, and collectors are willing to pay insane prices to own them. If you've ever flipped past a shilling in your spare change, you might have just missed a life-changing payday. Here's what you need to look for: a 1957 1 shilling featuring the English Shield design on the reverse. The key detail: check the legend around the shield. If the words Brit OMN are missing, you've hit the jackpot. The coin should still have Fid Def, Fide Defensor, Defender of the Faith, but the absence of the other text is what makes it priceless. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect every 1957 shilling you can find, because one oversight could mean the difference between a forgotten coin and a fortune. The wildest part? Most people who own these coins have no idea. They've been passed down in collections, found in inherited coin jars, or even spent as regular change decades ago. One man in the UK discovered a rare 1933 penny in his grandfather's attic, and it's sold for over $1 million. Your grandparents' old coin stash, that dusty tin in your basement, or even a random handful of shillings at a flea market could be hiding this legendary error. The thrill of the hunt is real, will you be the next to strike it rich? If you think you've got the 1957 shilling with the missing inscription, don't clean it, don't scratch it, handle it like the treasure it is. The history behind this coin only adds to its mystique. The year 1957 was a transitional period for the UK. Post-war Britain was rebuilding, Queen Elizabeth II was solidifying her reign, and the Royal Mint was modernizing its coinage. Somewhere in that shuffle, a tiny batch of 1 shillings was produced using the old dies by accident or design, we'll never know. These coins were supposed to be destroyed or withdrawn, but a few slipped through the cracks and into the hands of everyday people. And now, decades later, those accidental survivors have become the stuff of legend, fueling a treasure hunt across the UK and beyond. A well-preserved example could be worth exponentially more. Then take it to a reputable auction house like Sotheby's or Heritage Auctions, where deep-pocketed collectors will battle to own it. This isn't just a coin. It's a lottery ticket written in silver, and the jackpot is waiting. So what are you waiting for? Start digging through your coin collections. Ask your family if they've held on to old British change, and keep your eyes peeled at antique shops and flea markets. The 1957 Elizabeth II. 1 shilling with the missing Brit Om is out there, and it could be yours. Imagine the shock, the excitement, the life-changing moment of discovering you're sitting on a fortune. If this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Have you ever found a rare coin? Who knows? The next $1 million discovery could be yours. Happy hunting. And now you're digging through an old drawer, maybe a dusty jar of coins your grandparents left behind, and you pull out a coin so ordinary looking, you almost toss it back in. But wait, this isn't just any coin. It's a 1961 Elizabeth II, 1 shilling with an English shield reverse, and here's the kicker. It doesn't have the words Brit Om inscribed. That tiny difference, it could make this unassuming piece of metal worth millions of dollars today. Yes, millions. Enough to change your life overnight. This coin isn't just rare, it's a hidden titan among numismatic treasures, a life-changing fortune, literally hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to uncover it. Collectors and experts are calling it one of the most exciting and mysterious coins in British numismatic history. The 1961 1 shilling. Without the traditional Brit OM inscription, which usually honours the British monarch's imperial role over the United Kingdom, British overseas territories and crown dependencies, represents a striking anomaly. This one missing element has launched this coin into the realm of legends, turning it into a numismatic unicorn. Only a handful have been discovered in high-grade condition, and when they surface, they spark bidding wars that leave jaws on the floor and bank accounts bursting at the seams. But how did this happen? Let's rewind. The year is 1961, and Queen Elizabeth II is still in the early years of her reign. The Royal Mint is churning out shillings, 2 types to be exact, one bearing the Scottish lion for Scotland and the other featuring the English shield for England. It's the English shield version that we're obsessed with today. Most of these coins were minted correctly, featuring Brit.Om Regina FD, a typical Latin inscription seen on British coins, but a mysterious batch left out Brit.Om for reasons still unknown to this day. Whether it was a die error, an experimental strike, or a transitional phase in the design process, what's certain is that this variation is now worth a fortune. Minting errors and die varieties like this are the lifeblood of high-stakes coin collecting. A tiny change, a slight omission, or an unexpected anomaly can skyrocket a coin's value from pocket change to mind-blowing millions. The 1961 1 shilling without Brit Om fits this mold perfectly. In fact, one such coin in near uncirculated condition was recently estimated at auction for over $750,000, and there are whispers in elite coin circles that private collectors have shelled out over $1.2 million to own one. Just imagine, your next paycheck could come from a single coin that's been sitting in a drawer for decades. And here's where it gets even more thrilling. Experts believe there are still a few of these ultra-rare shillings out there, unrecognized, forgotten, nestled among countless ordinary coins. That means you might already own one and not even know it. It could be tucked into an old purse, stashed in a childhood coin collection, or hiding in a box marked miscellaneous in your attic. This isn't just a fantasy, it's a real possibility. These coins are out there, waiting to be found, waiting to deliver a jaw-dropping payday to the lucky individual who spots the missing inscription and realizes what they've uncovered. Now, if you're wondering what to look for, here's your golden clue. Focus on the text around the Queen's portrait. If it reads Elizabeth II Regina FD and is missing the Brit Om, you might be staring at a life-altering treasure. Be sure it's the English Shield version on the reverse, not the Scottish Lion. Condition also matters. Coins that are uncirculated or show minimal wear can fetch higher values, but even a worn example could be worth a small fortune. These details could be the difference between a coin worth £1 and one worth $1 million. To make it even more thrilling, let's talk real-world proof. At a prestigious UK numismatic auction just last year, a pristine 1961 English 1 shilling missing Brit Om stunned everyone when it hammered at nearly $890,000 after intense bidding from collectors across the globe. The crowd was silent as the final gavel dropped. The seller, a man who found the coin in his grandfather's coin box, walked away a millionaire overnight. He said he had no idea the coin was special. It had been sitting in his family's home for over 50 years. That story could be yours. So what are you waiting for? After watching this video, check your coins, call your relatives. Dig through every old coin jar, wallet, and forgotten drawer. Because you never know, your path to wealth might not be in the stock market or in real estate or in the lottery. It might be hiding in your loose change, quietly waiting to transform your life forever. The 1961 Elizabeth II 1 shilling without Brit Om is more than a coin. It's a secret millionaire maker, and it just might be in your pocket right now.